welcome to ThwakJak SuperThwak podcast. This is episode 11.
We're finally back after seems like years.
Yeah, it was the longest 4 or 5 weeks of my life.
Yeah.
Sure. It was not fun trying to figure out what to do in the meantime.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've been looking forward to getting back in these chairs and just having someone to talk to in general, because you can only talk to your wife and your kids for so long.
Right. Especially doing videos together, because what I found doing our last videos we did solo, it's kind of hard to be motivated to. I don't know. It took me like a shit ton of times to film videos.
Oh yeah, no, it's. I had no motivation to do anything the whole time, let alone make videos. The fact I did like 3 in 1 week was surprising to me.
Yeah.
And then afterwards I had nothing.
Right.
I was like, and I drained myself.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here and play The Witcher for the next 6-7 days.
Right.
Which I finally finished.
Nice.
It only took 200 hours, so I'm sure my wife wants a divorce now. But a lot of stuff has happened since all that went down.
A lot of stuff.
In Colorado, today is actually technically the last state-mandated day for the stay-at-home order.
Well, they actually extended it in Denver to May 8th now.
Yeah, but it's just the counties that are
okay.
The actual state hasn't extended it, which
cool.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I think there's like 6 or 7 counties that extended it so far.
Okay.
Like May 8th or something.
Huh.
And then you have other states like Florida, I believe Georgia's one, and there's a couple others that have already opened up haircutting salons, gyms, and
tattoo places.
Yeah, tattoo parlors. I'm like, yay, all the places you need to be in direct contact with the people. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But the stuff that we care about has been affected way too much. Yeah. Primary Batman. That's the one that just, it keeps taking the brunt of it, and
it kills me.
Yeah.
When I think about it.
I'm semi-okay with the new release date, just because it's 5 days before my birthday, so it's like a little birthday present to me, but...
And it seems like Batman would fit more in a October, Halloweenish area anyway.
Especially with the long Halloween rumors.
Yeah.
So that'll be perfect.
Yeah. And who knows? Like potentially Oscar. That's Oscar time too, so who knows? Well,
that's the exact same week that the Joker played.
Yeah.
When it released.
Yeah.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, you get a little bit more Oscar buzz off of that.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a few leaks on that movie based on like characters and stuff like that have been pretty interesting. Like Oswald Cobblepot, they're just calling him Oz.
Okay.
And it looks like, at least in the beginning, they'll be portraying him as more of like a heroic, like mayoral candidate kind of character, and then he'll probably take a turn.
Okay.
Like, I just hope they don't get lost in trying to throw too many villains.
Yeah.
So, and since they moved the release date for that one, it looks like Venom took the week that the Batman used to have.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And then we also got the title of Venom too. I don't know how to feel about it still.
I'm okay with it. I mean, it informs people enough that what you're watching is basically what's on the tin, and it could be a little bit of a spoiler for like the actual villain, like people are saying, because I think there's a comic called Let There Be Carnage.
Okay.
And it introduced Null, which is like the god of the symbiotes. So like it could be more than just Carnage.
Yeah.
So which would be dope.
Yeah, I feel like they're just gonna like go all out with that one. It's gonna be campy. It's gonna be all over the place. I
just hope they get the script down better than they did with the first one, because the only thing right about the first one, in my opinion, was Tom Hardy.
Yeah, and you can tell he had like fun with it too.
Oh yeah.
Like especially that scene where he goes into that restaurant and he goes into the lobster tank.
Oh yeah.
He's chill.
Yeah.
Just him like going wild. It was pretty fun to watch.
You know, he's fantastic in everything he does.
Yeah.
So that was fully expected. But I don't know, dude. That script had a lot of problems.
It did.
So hopefully Woody Harrelson pulls Carnage off the way I think he can.
Yeah, I don't see it being like that. I just see him kind of doing like a Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face type of thing. That's what I see.
So there's a couple things that make me think that he won't.
Okay.
You ever seen Natural Born Killers?
Yeah.
That and the fact that, did you know his dad was an actual hitman?
Yeah.
So I think he
the
can.
CIA too, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say yes or no because I'm not 100% sure. But either way, it's like he has enough to go off of where he knows the mindset of someone like that to where I think he could play it right. I think that's where the right script comes into play because I don't want a Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face.
Yeah, I hope not, but I don't know. After seeing the first one, I really don't have a lot of faith.
Yeah, just fingers crossed.
Yeah, because realistically, like when you hear like a Venom movie's gonna be made, like you think like a horror movie almost.
Well, I also think that they're talking about Spider-Man being in this one since he was technically supposed to be in the first one, but all contract stuff broke down.
Yeah.
Sony seems like they kind of have the ball more in their court now, so they can kind of do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd say, like if you were going odds, I'd say like 5-1 chance that Spider-Man's probably in that movie.
Okay. Because we know he's linked to Morbius now because of the trailer. Yeah. And Morbius, I'm sure, is going to be linked to Venom.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, yeah.
Well, and you already saw in the Morbius trailer, you already have Vulture. Yep. So it's like you have a Sony movie that's pretty much been given full connection to the MCU with the one character showing up in a trailer.
Yeah, because that confirms it, even though they haven't said it, but it still confirms it.
And it just means that you probably have a little bit of that extra touch from Kevin Feige approving a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
The only other option for that is that maybe Sony was just like, you know what, when they were going through all their contract disputes, they're just like, you know what, fuck you, it's our character anyway, we'll pull him back.
Right.
So hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully that everything was done and like thought out.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that can fall through the cracks.
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
But the other movie that has some exciting news is Doctor Strange 2.
Exciting and sad news, I guess, too. With the pushback.
Oh, yeah. So everything's gotten pushed back to the point where, like, that's not even in my brain anymore. I'm like, I wish everything was play tomorrow. Like, I think the movie I'm saddest for right now is Spiral. It was so close, dude. I was so excited to go watch it.
Was there any word on that being
I don't think they've given it
streaming?
They haven't given any word on nothing yet. Like, I think that Scoob movie.
That's going straight to streaming.
Yeah, that's going video on demand. But Doctor Strange 2 has now officially confirmed that they have Sam Raimi in the director's chair.
Yep.
That opens up a lot of possibilities. There's really one other thing that I want to touch on with this real quick, though.
Okay.
Did you see the tweet from, I think it was Bruce Campbell?
I saw he tweeted something. I didn't get to read it.
He's like, cool, so who am I playing?
Oh, okay. Nice.
And a lot of people are saying, like, he'd be a great pick for, like, a Mephisto.
Okay.
Or Nightmare.
Ooh.
And especially because if he plays, like, one of those two characters, it makes the Bruce Campbell performances in all three of those Spider-Man movies where he's kind of like the devil making deals with Spider-Man.
Ah, okay.
So, like, tying even more into the original Spider-Man movies.
It could be either be that or it could just be, like, just cameo like he normally does.
And I would be fine with that, too. But
I know, I'm almost positive he will be in that movie some way or another.
They work so good together, first of all. But, so yeah, I'm definitely excited for that and excited for the potential for a Tobey Maguire little head nod. And whether it's a Spider-Man head nod or just like a, hey, I know you.
He needs to be in it somewhere.
Yeah. And honestly, I want that to happen, but at the same time, I don't know if I want that if I can have the other stuff we've talked about with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Because like an Uncle Ben type reveal would be
I lose my shit.
Amazing.
Yeah. Or even just like a multiverse, like him coming out.
And like I said, I think the best way to do it would be do like the Into the Spider-Verse type thing.
Yeah.
Where you have him mentoring him and then like... I would want him to keep his mask on for the first half of like Miles Morales or even Peter Parker meeting him.
Yeah.
And like where they like just see him in the distance and they like chase him and try to find him or whatever, and then at one point he pulls off his mask and he realizes it's like it's Ben Parker from a different dimension.
Right.
It'd be fucking intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no shortage of sad movie news right now because we've already said, the Batman, Spiral, Doctor Strange. Marvel moved their whole slate around. Yeah. DC has moved their whole slate around.
Yeah, everything's getting all screwed up.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
Because you have, on the Marvel side, you have Black Panther, I think is the only one that didn't really get moved.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because that wasn't, 2022?
Yeah, it's 2022.
Yeah, so that's not going to get moved.
Because Black Widow got moved. I can't remember the exact dates of any of these.
What about the Eternals? That was supposed to come out at the end of this year. Oh, okay.
Because that was supposed to be the next one. So I think they moved it to each, so say you have the Eternals movie and then after that you have whatever would have been next in line. Mm-hmm. So Black Widow took the Eternal spot, I believe, and then Eternals took the next one and so on until Black Panther, where they were like, there's enough space where we don't need to move it.
Yeah.
It will still fit in good there.
Okay.
And then DC's fucking all over the place.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Moved the Flash up.
Yeah, which they moved it up by like a month or two?
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah. And so you have the Wonder Woman went to August 13th or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you have the Batman got moved back. You have the Flash got moved up. Still like scrambling my brain. And then Suicide Squad, I believe, got moved slightly.
Yeah. Slightly.
It's just all over the wall. And then did you hear about the controversy about Amber Heard?
Yeah, I heard she they could be facing prison time for lying.
Yeah, there's potential that, dude. I genuinely think DC needs to scrap everything and go back to the book, because every move they've made has been tarnished. Ezra Miller fucked up.
Yeah.
She fucked up to where Mara's not a small character for Aquaman.
No, she's not.
It'd be hard to replace.
That's gonna be noticeable.
Yeah. I'm not a big Amber Heard fan as it is. She has 2 or 3 movies I've enjoyed, and it's not that I've enjoyed them because she's in them. She's just in decent movies.
Yeah.
She's usually the worst part of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I like Jason Momoa. Aquaman was a good movie, but if you're gonna have those attachments with these characters, is you've already gone 2 for 7.
Yeah.
So why don't you just reboot?
Yeah. Because you already got new Batman.
Yeah. Build everything around Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
And then just evolve the universe from there.
Yeah.
Start it off slow. I hate using this comparison, but use the Batman, as your Iron Man. The way that started that franchise.
Yeah. Plus, I think if any one of those movies was going to connect to Batman in a way, it would be the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Depending on how it does, too. Or they might just have that be the last movie of that whole deal and just Batman is the start of it.
I would be happy with that. Yeah. My thing is, while they're talking about moving up this Flash movie, they have all the way up until filming to replace Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
So.
Which is it's one of the weird reasons why them moving it up is weird, is because
of his controversy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't wanted him as Flash since Justice League.
I liked him as Flash.
Because
I have no connection to the show, so I know a lot of people.
Honestly,
that was another reason why. I know Justice. He was mad because he's used to the show version.
And I get that, but my thing is, I want them to be separate.
Okay.
Because it's enjoyable, but they even did a little crossover thing.
They did. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, during that Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was cool. It was a fun little head nod. But I'm I would rather have them be separate, because you do that, you tarnish, or you hold back the TV shows on what they can do. You hold back the movies on what they can do because the TV show already touched on this. And do a movie universe and a TV universe. They can't even do one right at the moment. So just figure one out and do it. If you want to connect shit down the road, then you start doing your Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Then you start doing your ones that like the Loki TV show they're gonna do, the
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, the WandaVision,
yeah,
stuff like that. Do one thing right before you try to do two things wrong.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense because like the Flash started off great. The TV show's on a downward spin.
Okay.
The only TV show of that franchise right now that I like is Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Because it's off the wall and they have no boundaries. Like they just time travel and change shit constantly. It's like Doctor Who mixed with DC.
Okay.
It's like Constantine, the Atom, doing whatever the fuck they want.
I've never seen any of the shows on CW or whatever.
It started with Arrow for me, and
Yeah.
it was a slippery slope. But since that show has ended, I feel like I have no more reason to continue watching everything except for the Flash.
Okay.
So, Flash is still decent. It's just not what it was. Sad news though. During all this, the kid who played the younger version of the Flash, like the kid
Oh, I
version
saw
of the
he
Flash,
died.
Yeah. I still don't know what happened. I think it was just like he randomly passed away in his sleep.
Damn.
He was like 16 years old.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's insane. And it's weird because that's the second person like around that age in the last year, like famous wise, that's happened to. You have the that kid from the Flash died, and then I think it was last year you had the kid from Grown Ups died, and he was maybe 18 or 19.
It was 18, yeah, something around there.
It was crazy, just randomly people like that just passing. But I don't know. It's always sad to see like young talent like that pass.
Yeah.
Especially because like you grow up with certain actors and actresses who grow up. Some of them just disappear into the background, and then you have people like Drew Barrymore, who looked like she was gonna be a train wreck for a while.
Yeah, she was bad for a minute.
And then she actually has done really well.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin has done really well from being kind of a child star.
Hilary Duff, you never hear anything bad about her, even though she's not really in much.
Yeah.
Like
the only thing I've heard about her is that she's actually like kind of desperate for roles, so she'll like call tabloids to kind of like start rumors or something, or like she's like, oh, Hilary Duff will be at this place, like, so they'll like catch her coming out of a restaurant or something. Like she's like desperate for attention because after Lizzie McGuire and all of her movies that came out shortly after. Like after her star started to fade, she like was like trying to spark it back up.
Yeah.
I know she has or had a TV show on MTV for a little while there.
Okay. And she was in that Haunting of Sharon Tate or something like that.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was a horrible movie.
Did that come out last year? Or?
Was it last year? I think it was last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. There was a lot of Manson stuff coming out last year, right around Once Upon a Time.
Yep.
So it's the perfect time to do it.
Right.
So did you do you ever watch the Joe Rogan podcast?
Yeah, I watched the clips here and there.
Did you watch the one, I think it was last week, that he had the author of that book about Charles Manson and the CIA?
I saw the thumbnail on YouTube. I didn't watch it though.
It's actually kind of crazy. Like the fact that he was probably part of some sort of CIA experiment where they would like control people, and like the main purpose of it was trying to sway the public viewing of like hippies and that movement. And then so he was part of those experiments, and he started doing the same thing with his followers.
Oh, okay.
And like
manipulated them and shit.
And that's probably part of the way he got a lot of them to kill for him.
Ah.
So like
that's interesting.
Yeah, and to the point where like CIA and stuff was able to get him off the hook multiple times. Like he would just like get arrested and they'd make a phone call, and he'd be out in a couple days.
And they finally just said, "Fuck it, leave him in there."
Yeah, after the Sharon Tate thing. Yeah, so like I want to get that book and read it because it seemed like a just spiral of nonsense.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like I've been trying to fill this whole quarantine thing with as much useless knowledge as possible.
Right.
But I feel like I retained none of it. So, maybe where we can go with this right now is what did you do other than work? Because me and you were both lucky enough to actually keep our jobs during this time. What did you do to fill your time?
Worked on a short film script. I worked a lot on mine and Justice's music.
Okay.
And that was pretty much, played a lot of Madden.
Nice.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Do you get any Live from the Gallows stuff out?
Not out, but I'm working on it.
Nice.
I got a few songs going. So.
Very nice. Me, all I did, I finally got a couple of the rooms in my house finished up, or at least neatened up, to where now I actually have my own computer room where we'll start doing some more videos and stuff, and then painted my garage.
Nice.
Started making everything look a little neater in there. That was about like the first week and a half, and then after that I fell into started watching Community.
Okay.
And binge watching the hell out of that. Watched a lot of movies. Me and you both did reviews. Really, really, really fell into The Witcher. Like I said, like 200 hours. Like, I could have definitely done better things with my time. But if you can't really, like, leave your house and go to the store and stuff, it's like, a lot of the stuff I used to find joy in doing, like going out, like I can't go to the archery range, which I absolutely love. I can't. It's hard to even justify going out for a run, because I get pissed at the people who do normally, because I'm like, all these people who like take their dogs out and they're right next to each other. I'm just like, dude, do you not understand? Like,
a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't care.
Well, you have that, and then you have the people that are out and like all this. Like there was like 5 or 6 states that had massive like protests, and you're like,
and Trump doesn't make it any better, because we're not like really political, but this is like bringing up. He tweeted like "Liberate Michigan," "Liberate" whatever. I'm like, that's not helping.
Yeah, I know. He's not made this situation, like, let's put aside all of his policies. I don't know what I agree with, and I don't know what you agree with. And let's keep it that way. But he's talking about injecting cleaner. Or shoving UV lights into people.
And then people start doing it, but now he's coming out saying that was just sarcasm. He was just joking.
After people start dying for actually doing this shit. It's like, how many times can you backpedal?
Right, he does a lot. Because at the start of this whole thing, he's saying that it wasn't like a huge deal. There's only one Chinese person that was here with it, and they were gone, so we should be good now. And now we're completely fucked.
That man... I'm not gonna lie. I think he's ridiculous. But he's the most entertaining person I have ever seen.
His stupidity is like entertaining. It's pretty entertaining.
It's unmatched. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody come out and say some of the stupid shit I've heard come out of his mouth. Like, I can't even come up with examples. Like, it's just bad. I try to wash my brain of it. It doesn't work.
It's like almost every day. He said something.
Dude, why do we need a press conference every day for this?
We don't.
But why have we?
I don't know. I mean, because I started watching them in the first half, and now I don't give a shit anymore.
It's like 2 hours each time, man. Like,
and it gives him time to say stupid shit like that.
The less that man is in front of a microphone, the better.
He shouldn't even have Twitter.
No.
To begin with.
Yeah, dude, like that. Our president should never be allowed to do social media.
No. Any of them.
No. Like, Barack Obama didn't abuse it, but even then it just feels wrong. There's no reason. There's no need for it. It should go away.
Like, normal people who have social media is questionable anyway half the time.
I don't touch it because I feel like I'm going to say something stupid. I'm always like, oh, I should post this. And then I'm like, but you know, if I ever want to have a career in something else, like, I don't want to get James Gunned.
Because it'll happen. There'll be people looking through your shit from like 10 years ago when 10 years for us would be like we were like 15.
I saw 14. A meme, dude. It made me laugh. It said, I can't wait for someone to find the cure for the coronavirus. And then 3 days later get shot down because someone went through their Twitter and found out something they said from 15 years ago. Like, that's the world we live in. It's
like, leave it alone. Like, people like grow and like over time. Like if you, like I said, if for us, like 10 years ago, we'd be like 14, 15.
Yeah.
So like, if you try to go back there and like use that against, I'm like, I'd be really pissed. I'm like, really?
If you want to go back to when I was 15 and see the girls I was fighting over and the stupid shit I was arguing about on Facebook,
you don't want to see that shit.
It embarrasses me now. But I don't think I could get in trouble for it. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But we were fucking kids.
Teenagers.
You have to grow up.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, like, cause I look back at my Facebook, look back like 2009 in high school and see what else. I was like, it's cringy shit.
Oh yeah.
But at the time, you're like, you don't think of it. You're just like, it's cool or whatever.
Yeah, like. But. You're doing what everybody else does. Like.
Yeah.
I started moving away from it because when you grow up, I'm not gonna say everyone, but you start getting tired of drama.
Yeah.
There's not a reason to post every day.
Yeah.
I have friends who do, and like, I think if you're trying to make a career out of being like, for lack of a better word, an influencer, if you're trying to be famous, whether you're an actor or if you're just an influencer, like, I don't know how that shit happens in the first place, but like the people I look up to and like the Kevin Smith videos that I watch constantly, the podcasts that constantly come out, like, I understand posting for that kind of stuff, but I don't get why you have to spread negativity into the world.
Yeah, and that too, and then I don't like people who post about their personal problems every day. I'm like, nobody needs to like hear your personal shit go down.
Why do you need to bring everybody else down?
Yeah.
Everyone should already have their support system. Mm-hmm. And when celebrities sit there and cry, when anybody's grandparents or family dies, it sucks.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm the first one to say, condolences, stuff like that. But like, what does it do for you, for your fan base to know that?
Yeah.
Like, it's not helping. It makes you look desperate.
Mm-hmm.
You have your diehard fans that will sit there and kiss your ass.
Yeah.
But then everybody else, you just kind of look. I don't know. I don't know what the right word to use for it would be, but I think the closest I can get to is just desperate.
Yeah, because even like these athletes, like Von Miller, even though I like him, but he came out and said he has COVID-19. He got tested positive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these famous people, rich people, they're able to get tested for it, and normal people can't. And they have money, so more than likely they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and that's there's that, and there's my other point that I was gonna make is all these people that cry about anything, whether it be the COVID-19 or just their everyday problems, like all the fucking celebrities that have been crying about staying at home.
Yeah, I'm like, are you fucking... That pisses me off.
I'm like, oh no! You have to stay in your mansion? It's so fucking sad.
You have like plenty of money, you don't have to worry about anything. Like, that drives
you can
crazy.
still order food to your fucking house. Like, I'm so sad that I'm not making a movie. Like, Ellen cried on whatever it was, Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
Sam Smith cried.
Cardi B did too.
Oh
She like had a breakdown. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Where you have other people who genuinely are making the best out of the situation. Like, even like Ricky Gervais, like put all of them on blast. He's like, you guys are fucking millionaires who are crying about having to stay at your house while other people are losing their jobs, or all these nurses and stuff are going to work and not crying about it. Like, they're putting themselves at risk, and you don't hear them on... You see TikTok videos of these people trying to make people's days better.
Right.
Because they're trying to show that the people they work with and themselves are trying to make a difference in all this. And you have celebrities crying about not being able to leave their house.
Yeah.
It doesn't make logical sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't make the situation better. And also that on that Joe Rogan podcast, he was talking about that. Almost when this first happened, they had Gal Gadot and all these other celebrities do that Imagine cover. Yeah, he was going in, which I agree. Like,
why the fuck do you want people to imagine there's no heaven right now if people are losing their grandparents?
Yeah, it was just stupid. Like, celebrities, I don't know, they're not. It's because they're not in touch with like what normal life is like, because they've been out of it for so long.
Yeah.
They don't.
Oh yeah.
You know.
No, 100%. And then you have guys like Eminem who. So apparently there was a pop-up restaurant a couple of years ago where they made mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Well, he brought it back so that he could give it to healthcare workers.
Okay.
And he just had a bunch of it delivered to a bunch of hospitals around Detroit. And like stuff like that. And then all the other people, I can't remember who it was. I think Cardi B also did something like that with her like shake brand she has, and
Okay.
donated a bunch of those to hospitals and stuff like that. Then you have other people like donating millions to like hospital
Drew Brees
causes.
donated $5 million to Louisiana for that. So,
Stuff like that. Like, why can't we have more stuff like that instead of these millionaires crying in their mansions about not being able to walk out their front door?
I don't think any celebrities that are from here or football players have donated to Colorado at all.
Not
that I know of.
I want to say Von Miller did, but don't quote me. I see him being that way.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna say yes or no.
Yeah. I don't know, it just pisses me off. Like, because more than likely, if those people get it, they're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I can't always say it's going to be pleasant because I've heard of Olympic athletes who have had a harder time than a lot of people going through this. Like,
'cause their bodies are rough anyway from doing all that.
But like people that are in fantastic shape.
Yeah.
That some of them have died, but like, it's weird. This is like so unprecedented. Like none of it makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But it's crazy how many people, like especially older people, are getting more affected. And they say people like obese people and the elderly are the ones that are being hit the hardest because they have more underlying health issues.
Yeah. And
there's not really any other, like the flu doesn't really target anything like that. It's pretty much at random.
Yeah, just whoever gets it, you can guess it. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, my one thing that I kept getting irritated that I was seeing was like, oh, but the flu killed more people last year. I'm like, yeah, but we're in the first. We're only 4 months into this year.
Yeah, and this is nothing like the flu. At this point.
And I think you were saying at this point there's 2 million in the world. Of confirmed cases.
Yeah.
There's 1 million alone in the U.S.
Yeah, and 50,000 plus deaths in the U.S. now.
Yeah. Sure. So I think it was last year. It was like 63,000 for the flu. This isn't stopping anytime soon.
No. Yeah. This has only been like 3 months.
Yeah.
4 months.
And we're all talking about ending this quarantine.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I miss this. But if we needed to, we could figure out a way to do this over the computer.
Yeah.
And me and you both know that we're healthy. We're not worried about that right now. It's the fact that there's no way to... It's so different because you have so many people that don't show symptoms.
Yeah.
And I've been driving a portalette truck for the last 6 weeks, and I can't tell you how many people I have to come in contact with.
Yeah.
And you have to come in contact with the people you work with, and who knows where all these people go.
Right.
And 90% of the people I run into don't need to be going anywhere. They're homeless people. They're people who are walking their dogs at a dog park. They're people who aimlessly walk around and do nothing.
Yep.
The only ones that I legitimately feel like I run into on a daily that belong where they're at are people who are at construction sites, at like oil fields and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. Everything else is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't get why certain stores are allowed to stay open.
Right.
It's insane.
Even American Furniture, because it's a furniture store and it's still open somewhat, which makes no sense to me. But
especially since the appliance factory got shut down.
Yeah, and I understand like where I work in like the trucking area, that's open because truckers, they deliver more than just furniture anyway, so that makes sense. But the store itself is kind of like odd to me. Yeah,
dude. Honestly, I feel like, and I know I'm gonna get flack for this because everyone's like, no, like we need to have our civil liberties and all that. And like I get that, but like, you know how much more quickly we could get this shit taken care of if we would just say, hey, you know what, martial law,
shut it the fuck down
for a month.
Yeah.
The only people who can go places are the ones that are vital to this country surviving. I would say, don't even allow grocery shopping. What I would say is, bring in the National Guard, supply rations, end of story. No one has to leave their house. I get that it's not fun to not be able to leave.
Right.
I'm a lazy ass. I can sit in front of this TV right here, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
I will play whatever video games. I'm good.
Yeah.
Watch movies, catch up on stuff that I've been meaning to do forever. Clean my house. Work on some stuff.
Yeah.
I get that there are certain things that we need, but like, it's not the end of the world. And the only thing that's going to make it the end of the world is everyone being stupid.
Yep.
And
not listening to rules and stuff they put in place.
Because you were talking about just a little bit ago before we started this house party in Chicago.
Yeah, a bunch of people got arrested.
So like, people have to go and do this kind of stuff and ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. You have people who just want to create chaos for no reason. I can't remember what state it was. I think it was somewhere around Georgia. A lady spit all over everything she could find in the store. $35,000 of damages in meat and everything that they had to throw away.
She got arrested, right?
Arrested for, I know one of the main charges was terroristic threats, grand larceny. So she's like, and they were mostly felonies.
She's screwed.
One of the other ones was threats or assault with a biological weapon.
So she's screwed.
Yeah, she's going to prison potentially for the rest of her life.
Yeah. As she should.
You could almost justify her going to Guantanamo at that point.
Yeah.
Like, it's stuff like that is just as bad as setting off a bomb during the Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I know that it's not as instant, but those people that do that should be able to be charged with, if it came of anything, they should be able to be charged with murder.
Yeah.
Because who's to say that she did or didn't have it, first off?
Right.
Because I don't think they ever confirmed or denied that. But 2 weeks later, how many people are left standing after a situation like that?
Yeah, and there's I don't know, it happened a while ago, but I don't know where it was exactly, but there was a guy who knew he had it, and he went into Walmart, and he said he didn't care because he's still, like, his freedom was, like, important to him or whatever. But.
Well, and that's what all the fucking spring break kids did, too.
Yeah.
They were like, dude.
And a bunch of them got it.
I was like, you guys are so stupid. They're like, oh, but, like, we've been looking forward to this for, like, 2 months. We've had everything planned. They're like, unless I'm getting a refund, I ain't leaving. I'm like, just fucking go home. Would you rather die?
And a lot of young people, like our age and stuff, they're saying, like, oh, if I get it, I get it. Whatever.
Here's the thing that kills me.
They think they're invincible.
Just because you're in the less risky demographic does not mean that you can't be hurt or killed. And the worst part about it is if you get it and you have people you care about that are in those high risk demographics, and let's say you don't know you have it, you go around them, they're dead.
Yeah.
It's selfish.
Yep.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
But in the words of Childish Gambino, this is America. Yeah, it sucks that there's not a whole lot to do right now.
Yeah.
And I miss going and being able to get a haircut. You clearly got one. I don't know how you did it.
Yeah.
But like, it sucks that you can't go to sit down at a restaurant, but you can still have it delivered to your house.
Yeah, it's like those things like you kind of take for granted, like when it's normal, and then once it's gone, you're like, oh, okay.
I miss movie theaters so much.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Dude, that is the one thing that's killed me.
Yeah.
Like I said, there were movies coming up really soon that I was looking forward to, like Spiral, that I was ready to go into a movie theater and watch.
Yeah.
I was ready to buy a ticket 2 days before the theater shut down to go watch Invisible Man.
Yep.
It sucks. It makes me sad. But I'm happy I can still be here for my kids and not have to worry about that. But people are not making it easy.
Yeah, they're not.
I feel bad for my wife because she can't really leave the house, and I know she's going stir crazy with her 2 kids, but it is genuinely, like, it's the better option compared to the alternative.
Yeah. And I really don't think everyone's gonna listen until there is like a martial law or something like that. Until that happens, there's still gonna be people who don't give a shit.
And see, like I just said, I'm cool with the martial law. The only problem is, I know there are still idiots in this country. I know I would still have to work.
Yeah.
I work for a trash company. Whether I did portalets, I probably wouldn't be doing portalets anymore. I'd probably go back to my actual job and do trash. which I would like a lot more because it doesn't smell as bad. But there are still those people. I think the best way I can say this, you would have too many situations like a Waco, Texas.
Yeah. You have people who were like, people get like freaked out when they hear martial law anyway. Yeah. And they would try to do something. And
that's the only problem with this is how many situations, how many people would we lose that way compared to the people we're going to lose if this keeps going?
Right.
Because I know too many people that are like, no, you're not taking my guns, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And those are the same people.
Those are the motherfuckers who are going to cause problems.
Yeah. Those are the same people, who like the gunners of this world, who are going to be like, dude, no one's going to tell me what I can and can't do. Like, I don't see gunner being that much, but like the whole, like, you ain't taking my gun type shit.
Yeah.
No one's going to tell a lot of these people what to do. That's why you have communities like Waco, Texas that have standoffs with police. And do we want to risk police lives? Do we want to risk military lives? Do we want to do all that for this thing that people aren't listening about right now?
Mm-hmm.
And it's genuinely just weighing the pros and the cons of this situation.
Yeah.
Which there's not a whole lot of pros to.
No.
So, really didn't want COVID to be the only thing we talk about, but it
is the main.
It's the
topic.
only thing.
It's the only thing going on right now.
It has affected every piece of news.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've heard anything other than COVID lately. Like,
even the Kim Jong-un stuff.
Yes, but who knows? That could even be related. Like, so there's potential news that he could be dead.
Or brain dead.
Or dying.
Say he's in a vegetable state.
Yeah. Or dying.
Yeah.
Or he's perfectly fine. Who knows?
Yeah.
The rumor was he went into surgery like 2 months ago for heart surgery or something. There's potential he came out brain dead. There's potential he came out fine. There's potential he's just social distancing. There's potential he is dead.
We don't know.
There's a million different things, but this is the same thing that happened with his father.
Yeah.
When his father died, Kim Jong-il, it was 2 months after he was dead that the world actually knew.
Yeah.
So, who knows? And reports are that if he were to die, his sister potentially could take over, and she's like a bigger monster than him. So,
which at the same time, like they said, Kim Jong-un was worse than his dad. They say like he was worse than him, and now they're saying she's worse than him. So I don't know.
I don't think there's a whole lot of positive left in this world. So, I think that's why I get lost in movies.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, I'm scared that AMC is gonna go out of business.
Yeah, that's because they were betting on this A-list to work out, and it started to work out, and that's when the shit hit.
He was doing a whole lot better than MoviePass.
Yeah.
MoviePass was doomed.
Yeah.
That was the worst fucking thing I've ever... Like, that was a terrible idea.
Yeah, and all these AMC theaters, they put a shit ton of money into renovations, into more theaters, and this A-list. And like I said, as it was starting to finally make money back, and that's when this hit.
Yeah.
And it screwed them over. Now they're in bankruptcy.
Oh, 100%. And it's another one of those situations, like... So there's two things here. This doesn't make sense how we can give bailouts to all these other companies.
Yeah.
But like a huge American pastime is movies, and you haven't really heard anything about them getting a break.
Yeah.
The other benefit, this sounds dark and really mean-hearted, but I don't mean it to be. The fall of a lot of these big companies is going to create huge possibilities and chances for small business owners.
Yeah.
It's going to make it to where they can expand. It's going to make it to where new businesses could start up and flourish where you had monopolies before. Cases like WWE. Huge. They're the name in wrestling.
Yeah.
I would prefer AEW, but WWE is the one that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Whether it's because they like to mock it or because You know, it's just
it's like a long history of people knowing about it.
And even there was a point it started off as WWF, and then it went to WWF. Then they had to change that because of World Wildlife Foundation. So now everybody knows the WWE. It has been the primary wrestling company for the last 25 years. So that being said, you get names like The Rock and all that from it. They should seem untouchable at moments like this because they are so big. They laid off about 40% of their overall employees, wrestlers and people behind the scenes.
Wow.
A lot of like the actual like employees were furloughed, but the actual like wrestlers and stuff were let go because they're contractors.
Yeah.
It really opened your eyes up to the fact that no one is untouchable at moments like this.
Yep.
So hopefully everything goes back to normal soon. But situations like that don't inspire confidence.
Yeah. Especially like XFL too. They laid off everyone. And now they're in bankruptcy and stuff.
What a bad string of luck for Vince McMahon with that shit, dude. Because like...
And this time it was actually going good.
Yeah, people... I actually heard like good conversations, and there was going to be a second season. People were excited, and...
Didn't even get to finish the season. The first season.
Like, it was more interesting this time, and it went less time than the first one did.
Yeah. And there wasn't all these like characters like wrestling, and it wasn't like wrestling influence like it was the last time.
Yes, it was a lot more
just football.
Yeah, it was but less nonsense than the NFL.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say about anything that Vince McMahon runs. So but apparently it's caused a lot more problems for him too, because that's what led him to get rid of people in WWE. It also has led to a bunch of lawsuits for him because, like, the COO or CEO of that company is suing him because he was promised at least 5 years of work.
Are you talking about Oliver Luck, the commissioner?
Yes, the commissioner.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's Andrew Luck's dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I do know that he's suing him for, like, $50 million or something.
Ooh.
So, it's not pretty. But, other than that, I don't know. Is there any other news that you wanted to touch on? Because we can keep going on COVID stuff, but that's about all there is. And like we said, everything's touching that right now.
Yeah. Oh, I think we covered. Yeah, that's nothing I can think of.
Okay. Well, keep your eyes open for our next video where we're going to basically fantasy draft our version of a new DC movie franchise. Because the current one has been falling apart. When we start this video, we'll give a little bit of a preemptive look into why we're doing this. But right now, it just feels like the world's falling apart. So until next time, though, my name is Anthony Stevens.
Damian Leva.
Please follow us on all of the social medias, whether that be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, especially YouTube. That's where we really need it. And then until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Yep.
Peace.